Skoda first brought the Kodiaq into India in October 2017. At the time, it was launched only in a single style variant. Despite being the only variant on offer, it came fairly well equipped in terms of features and clever solutions. Skoda then brought in the top-of-the-line L&K variant in November last year. Now this one got even better equipment like a fully digital instrument cluster, 360-degree camera, fatigue alert and more. Skoda has now added a third variant, the Kodiaq Scout. This one is priced at about 34 lakhs, which puts it right in the middle of the style and the L&K. We're going to spend a day with it to find out what's different. Although the Kodiaq Scout sports the same silhouette as the rest of the variants, Skoda has given it a few cosmetic changes to set it apart. There's black plastic cladding with metallic silver inserts on the front and rear bumpers. A similar silver finish can also be seen on the ORVM casings and the roof rails. The Scout also gets dual-tone 18-inch alloy wheels. Interestingly, these alloy wheels will only be fitted on the Scout. The Style and the L&K will continue with the silver alloy wheels. For the first time, the Skoda insignia on the tailgate has been replaced by lettering. Overall, the Scout continues to have the clean Kodiaq design that we have always loved, and there are quite a few new design elements to set it apart from the other variants. On the inside, the layout of the dash remains largely unchanged. There is this nice leather-wrapped steering wheel. There's a large touchscreen in the center with vertically stacked aircon vents on either side. As far as new elements go, there is this faux wood finish on the face of the dashboard that continues onto the door pads as well. And to make the interior look a little more premium, it also gets Alcantara seats with Scout badging on the seat back. The engine on the Kodiaq Scout is the same Volkswagen 2-litre TDI diesel. Now this one continues to make the same 148 bhp and 340 Nm. Thankfully, the torque kicks in really low, which makes it extremely tractable and fun to drive. It pulls cleanly right from the get-go, and you feel the surge right up till 4,500 RPM. That is when the performance starts tapering. While performing highway duties and during quick overtakes, you might feel the need for a little bit more power, a feeling that may be enhanced with a full capacity of passengers on board. As far as Refinement is concerned, there is barely any diesel clatter coming inside the cabin. The engine remains absolutely smooth. The transmission is a 7-speed DSG, the same as the rest of the Volkswagen Group models. It shifts absolutely smoothly and is fun to drive even in the manual mode. In fact, it is so smooth that it masks some of the limitations of the engine as well. We've always loved how the Kodiaq drives. It feels sure-footed despite its large dimensions. It can attack corners at reasonable speed without feeling nervous. There is some lateral movement, but it isn't something that you can't live with. As far as ride quality goes, for the most part, the Scout flattens the rough road surfaces very well. At slower speeds and over larger potholes, however, it does tend to feel a bit harsh. We have tested the Kodiaq's off-road capabilities comprehensively in the past. It isn't as capable as some of its ladder frame competitors, but considering that it's an all-wheel drive car, the Kodiaq manages a fair bit of off-roading. The Scout also gets an additional off-road mode. This mode essentially acts as a hill descent control, allowing the Scout to be driven down an incline with minimal effort. That aside, the Scout is no different in off-road capability from the other Kodiaq variants. As we mentioned before, the Scout has been introduced to fill in the gap between the Style and the L&K, and that it does well. It gets a good list of features and is priced well too. And for those who want a relatively fresher design, the Scout has elements that set it apart. And while it does all of this, it performs all of the functions equally well too. Skoda has been smart in bringing in new variants of the Kodiaq at regular intervals, but In the recent past, variance is all we've been seeing from Skoda, and we would love to see a few new products.